Hey, thanks for coming back to Sip, Smoke, and Share with Ronnie. Today's Sip is about being divorced. It's about a situation. So, for those that don't know, I've been divorced for about 4 years. And I just have a question because this always puzzled me every time I would meet people after my divorce. So, after my divorce, I would frequent this place. You may know about it if you live here in Houston. It's called BB's. So BB's is near my house in Pearland. So I would frequent this place called BB's, and I would sit at the bar. I would sit in the same spot. And, every day I was going in BB's every day. And so I was sitting there in the same spot. I was in there so much, they started calling me the mayor because I'm naturally friendly. Well, sometimes I don't want to be bothered. But after my divorce, and I would go into BB's, and I would sit there and talk to ladies, just not expecting anything or not wanting anything, but just on some, hey, how you doing type stuff, because I would go in there after work. I mean, every day, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and Fridays I would go, but I would just go in there Fridays for a little bit. That would be like my place to warm up. But my question is that when I started going into BB's and I would go in there and I would tell ladies I was divorced, the first thing out of their mouth would be, what did you do? So is this a thing that women do naturally? They stick together, because it wouldn't matter what the conversation was, what the scenario was, but when I would tell them I was divorced, the first thing out of their mouth, like 90% of the time, was, what did you do? And it just baffled me because it was just amazing that's they could tell me they were divorced, and my first thing wouldn't be, what did you do? As a woman, what did you do to that man? Even though I started that after a while, I started asking that after some time, but initially, I would just question. We'd just sit and talk about the marriage, the relationship, and what they think went wrong, what could they do differently, So that's just a question that I have. I like to hear from some ladies, in terms of why do y'all do that? Or why was that always the conversation? So I have a bunch of questions about divorce. I've been divorced. I know that I played my part in it. In my part in the divorce is why we got divorced. So I would just like to hear from the females, from the ladies, do you do that? Do you find yourself doing it? But I will say, when I did talk to, one of the things that also puzzled me after that same conversation is when I would explain my side, no other woman would understand or get it where I was coming from. So I'd like to know what you think. Hit like, subscribe, share, join the channel, make a comment. Let's have my thing is always with everything that I post, let's have some informed adult conversation. So we're not gonna get mad, we're not gonna call each other names and all that. I'd just rather have an adult conversation because maybe I can learn something. So Sip, Smoke, and Share. Thank y'all for the time.